government-run training entity in the IT space, has offices in 10 states, though it's a Tamil Nadu company. And of course, the nature of work is changing by many variables. My own team has talked about how digital access and digital inclusion is vital, how changes in kind of socio-political and geopolitical frameworks, especially after every election. We see radical changes in governments, not just in India, but in other places. In the US, for example, how climate change and the green transition is changing the nature of work, how demographic shifts are changing the nature of work and where it's being done, and how kind of the breakdown of 2 or 3 decades of continuous global integration into the economy now being fragmented through the threat and the implementation of tariffs and the breakdown of agreements is going to change the nature of work. I agree with all of that. But that's in the public domain. But the few things I thought, just as kind of foundational points that maybe I could make here. The future of work, the first question is who's going to be doing the work? And I think it is very clear that we are now in the era of Indian human capital that is going to drive the global economy. Now I can say that at a macro level and say that for the next 20 years, the percentage of young people joining the workforce, the working age, I'm not even talking about the workforce, the working age population of the world is going to be more like 1 in 4 in the world is going to be Indian. Even though the population is only about 1 in 6 in the world today is Indian. We have already seen this in outcomes in the sense that about 11% of the Fortune 500 companies are now led by Indian chairmen or CEOs or MDs. That number is only going to get higher. And even in administrations like that of President Trump in the United States, our SRM alumni are on the advisory for things like AI. So India in general is going to be a vital component of the evolution of the global economy, of its workforce, and particularly places like Tamil Nadu, where we've had the great luxury of a century of educational inclusion and probably 30, 40 years of great expansion. I often give the statistic, when I graduated from 𝗙𝗵𝗔𝗱, the state of Tamil Nadu had 8 or 9 engineering colleges and produced about 4,000 engineers a year, of which about 3,000 of us promptly left the country and went off to some global place. Further studies, work, whatever. Now the state of Tamil Nadu produces